You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us. But it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Hello, Carrie.
Hello, Fran.
Are you all recovered from our podcast about Harry Potter?
Yeah, I am.
Let me ask.
A lot of
feedback.
Got a lot of comments about that, eh?
Just a few. Yeah, we did have some people reaching out, correcting us about the name of the tree and different things like that we may have messed up.
Yeah. What do they expect really from us? Like that's.
Yeah. You know what? I think you and I have set the bar pretty low in terms of what
Everything.
Yeah. If you're looking for an intelligent synopsis of anything, this is not the podcast.
Exactly. You need to find some other podcast to listen to.
You need to. Here you just get our opinions and yeah, that's pretty much it. So how are things, Carrie?
Great.
Mm-hmm. At work, when people say to me, how are things? I go, I'm living the dream.
Living the dream. Living the dream. I know. I have a friend at work that says, and I love it when she says it, living the dream. So good. Yeah, we're living the dream. Nothing the same old over here. Got, a bunch of stinky cats and every day is a scoop in the litter box.
Yeah.
Kibble and litter over here. That's pretty much the highlights on a regular day.
Very exciting.
Yep.
Now, when this episode goes live, you and I will both be coming home from our trip.
Yay!
And then we can start the trip reports and the discussions about all of that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So next episode.
So it'll be an exciting one.
Yes.
Although this one might be exciting. It might look what our Harry Potter episode was fun.
It was.
That was a fun episode.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing is now I'm getting a lot of pressure to watch another one.
Yeah. You need to watch all of them. But anyway.
Wait, let's not get carried away with all. I'm thinking another one, like one more or something like that. But
if you only watch another one and you don't want to watch all of them, then I think that once you get into it, then you'll want to watch them all.
Yeah, well, because I can't skip ahead. Like people are like, well, watch the fourth one. And I'm like, but I can't. Then I skip 2 and 3. Like the kid's going to go from 8 years old to 15. I can't do that.
Right. So you just need to watch them all.
Well, we'll see. I'll try. I also have to watch Wish. That's out on Disney, but I haven't even watched that yet.
I didn't watch that either. Times have changed. I used to always go to every Disney movie on opening night pretty much. And
yeah. Or even opening day on the streaming. Look at us. That's terrible. They're gonna revoke our Disney.
Fans.
I know they're gonna revoke our Disney passes. I'll tell you though,
they're not gonna revoke our Disney passes nor our Disney Plus because we pay for it.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably like, look at these guys. They pay us all this money and they don't even sign in. Free money. Yes. So today's episode, Carrie, we had a couple of things. Well, so we were going to do the whole episode on Magic Kingdom expansions.
Yeah.
But then there was also some news about the DAS, so the Disability Access Service. So we thought we'd touch on that as well. What should we do first?
I don't know.
Which one should we talk about first?
Podcast host choice.
Oh, throw it. Okay, so I think the Disability Access Service, I don't think it's it's not a full episode. I mean, well, it depends. Carrie and I again could talk about squirrels eating peanuts for an hour and a half. So, yeah. She's just shaking her head at me and like, what? So there were updates to the disability access service that were announced, but this always makes me, I'm like, what? So the disability access service is for people who have a disability that need help for waiting in lines. And I think over the years, it has been widely abused. I think we all know that. I don't think it's, like, I think people who didn't quote unquote need it got it. And what it did was it allowed you to almost book your time and then return to the lightning lane without paying for the lightning lane. Is that, it's a decent synopsis, right?
But also, like, during COVID and with the app, you have to do a video chat and all that stuff to be approved. Whereas before, I think you used to just go to the park and like stand at the window and they couldn't ask too many questions and they gave you your passport and you're off to the races.
Yeah, it was even less restrictive before COVID. And then they introduced this whole, so you do like a video chat with a one-on-one cast member and you tell them what your issues are and why you feel you need assistance, and then they determine whether or not you qualify for the DAS. However, like they're only allowed to ask you so many questions, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right. So it's all kind of up to the cast member's discretion, and I think it's a very tough system, because then how do you know? Like, people could say whatever they want, which I think was part of was a problem. So I read somewhere online today that the use of the disability access service has increased 3 times. So it's 3 times as many people using it as there was before COVID. That's insane.
Yeah.
So then all that does is it backs up the lightning lanes. So then it kind of impacts the people who are paying for those lightning lanes, like the people who have paid for Genie. And then it impacts the standby line too. So I agree they had to do something.
And so what exactly did they say the changes were that they were going to allow
the kicker.
It for?
They didn't really say a whole ton.
They didn't really say it. It wasn't really like I did see it online and I did read it, and I don't know. Yeah, like I think when you said you wanted to talk about it, I was like, wasn't it just like isn't it just like a couple of sentences and an announcement?
Yes.
Like, did they really give us a lot of information to kind of really
deep
dive into this?
Well, that's the thing, and I think that's the
is
the
it more
topic.
More information to follow?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So they kind of alluded to the fact that really it would be the DAS would be for developmental disabilities like autism or similar. So, and they limited the number of people. So it's for your immediate family or maximum of 4 people, including the person with the DAS. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of outcry online about that. Also, you can't request it when you get to the park in Walt Disney World. You absolutely have to do the video chat. There's no way around it. So there's no face-to-face interaction with the cast member, which leaves me wondering, was there problems with face-to-face cast member interaction with these things? Maybe that's why they decided to do it online. But I think it's interesting that they kind of dropped this bombshell that we're restricting it more and then didn't really give much information. Because, like, don't you wonder, are they testing the waters?
Yeah, to see like what the public reaction is.
Yeah, because they say we're going to get more information in May. But did they drop this and then now they're sort of gathering information before they give us specifics about what's changing and what the criteria is?
See how deep they want to go or how far they want to go. Was there something about that there's going to be another type of, like, if you need to leave the line, like a returns? Did I see that, or did
I did see something, and I don't know whether that was people talking about it or whether it was official Disney. Like, the minute they announced it, like it was on news stations and stuff too. Like this wasn't just like the Disney blogger community. This was picked up by like KLM, blah, 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 all those like news stations.
Like but, I thought I saw like if you had to leave to go to the washroom, there was going to be something in place to hold your spot, or I don't know how they would do that.
But how did I know? I saw that and I was thinking, okay, so that's good. But then how do you do that?
You like put your hand up and a cast member comes with like a stand and then they put it in your place while you run to the washroom and then come
back.
Back.
Fake Franny in line. And then when you come back, like, are you saying to all these people, excuse me, I had to pee. Excuse me. I like, am I just telling that 7,000 people in line that I have to walk past? I have to go to the bathroom. I have a small bladder. Like,
exactly. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah.
I can't figure that one out.
That one's a bit tricky.
Yeah, so I thought I saw, but yeah, I wasn't sure if it was actually the official news or if someone had just said it, but I thought I saw something like that. And that's where I was more like, huh? Like, how are they going to do that?
Well, because before things like Crohn's disease and all those kind of things, they all qualified. And I think that's the speculation now that if they're saying that it's developmental like autism or similar, that would remove all of those people from qualifying. Which is very
and like
interesting.
all the cues are like, I don't know, like maybe it's, I don't know. I don't get how they could provide an option for you to, all the cues are different, like for people to be able to leave and come back.
And they're narrow too. Like you'd be like, excuse me,
pardon me.
Yeah. And then how do they tell the difference between you and a line jumper?
I don't know. I think they're gonna have a fake Franny. It's the only thing that that's the only thing that makes sense to me. That they're gonna have cast members and they're gonna give you it's like a stand, like a placeholder.
Yeah.
So that nobody escort you? Because really, like, what happens when you like when I know when we're at like a Disney event, like the pin trading events and stuff like that, like you're in line and everybody's waiting and like you pretty much have to like make eye contact and like talk straight to somebody to say, hi, I'm leaving the line for a second. You've noticed that I've been here since 7:00, just like you. This is my friend Carol. This is my other friend. This is my other friend. I'm with all of these guys. I'm going to go to the washroom right now. I'll be right back. You have to say to like everybody that's in front of you and behind you, because heaven forbid if you sneak away to go to the bathroom and come back, then like every single person that was around you was like, you weren't here before. And you're like, yeah, I was. And they call you, they say that you're in the line and all that stuff. So yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe it's something on the app.
I just think it makes
a virtual hologram. Hey, this is how it's going to work. So you're in the line and you've been in the line forever. You got to go to the bathroom. So the app, you're going to go into the app and there's going to be a button it's going to be called hologram
hall pass,
a hologram, whatever pass. And then you're going to like go, and then on the app you're going to leave your phone on the ground. And you're gonna and it's gonna scan you so it knows what you look like, just like in Flight of Passage. And then you leave the phone on the floor, and then a hologram of yourself is gonna come up. So then people are gonna see, they're gonna think you're still there. Yes. When you went to the bathroom.
Your friends are gonna keep talking to it.
They're gonna keep talking to you, and then you come back and you pick up your phone and you put the hologram away. And then you wait in line. I think that's probably the technology they're gonna do.
There's gonna have to be.
I'm confident that they're gonna be able to do that sort of technology.
They're gonna have to do something.
That's how it's gonna work.
Yeah. I'm interested to see like all the rules and stuff when they come out with it. I kind of wish they just went the way the Universal does. Universal has a third party. You have to go, you have to get a doctor's note, you got to apply for this card, and then you submit that card to Universal, and they assess whether or not you qualify in their parks. But that's after you've done that whole rigmarole. Now, Disney did say that they were bringing in some health center to help the cast members determine. So I wonder if they're just going to be more rigid and stringent. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
It just makes sense to me. Like, why wouldn't you want it to be a third party and take you right out of the equation?
Well, and I think that's an interesting job for a cast member. Like, yeah, having a health center or somebody like do the like do the
Yeah.
interviews or do whatever. It is kind of weird that like that could be your job, that you're determining
Yeah.
that for somebody.
It's just odd. So
Hmm.
I guess more to come on that. I just think I think the way Disney does this now with the little bit of news here and a little bit of news there and all of this, I think that they drop these little bits to see what the reaction is, and then they can gauge how far they want to take this or not.
Yeah, well, and Disney doesn't tell us the news until they're ready to tell us the news. So
Exactly.
exactly. So, if imagine if they would have put out every minute detail
Oh,
today,
yeah.
and then they had to go back and say, "Oh, okay, well, we're going to change it." Like that
Yeah.
they don't do that. Like they don't do that. So,
Right. When they come out with the
so
rules, they're sticking to the rules. They're not
mhm.
gonna, yeah. Yeah, it's
So,
interesting. It's been a bit of a sensitive topic online.
for sure.
Yeah. Although, it's, yeah. So that's the news on the Disability Access Service. More to come. More to come.
Mhm.
If you're a Disney fan, then you should listen to Carrie and Fran. They laugh and chat and help you make a plan. If you're going to Walt Disney World or Disneyland, and you will become a Pixie Dust fan.
All right, our second topic for the podcast, which was the OG first topic, which is the expansion at the Magic Kingdom.
Right, the expansion they told us about a while back, but we still have no details of
We
it.
have no details whatsoever, except that it's beyond Thunder Mountain. Is that what they're calling it? I keep
I
seeing
don't
online.
know.
I think they keep calling it Beyond Thunder Mountain or something, because it's
Hmm.
supposed to be a big parcel of land similar to the size of Galaxy's Edge behind Thunder Mountain. So when you walk up that path, there used to be a great smoking area there at the bottom of Thunder Mountain. But if you just keep walking, I guess it's all in there. Isn't that where the bear was, though? I guess the bears won't be there when they develop the land, but
I guess.
remember when the bear was around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was back up in there.
Hmm.
But
Wasn't it on
anyway,
Tom Sawyer Island?
oh, maybe it was on the island.
Hmm.
So back in there, Magic Kingdom expansion. The question of the day for the podcast episode is, what do you hope is there? Carrie, I'll let
Like
you go first.
what they're going to develop there?
Yeah, what do you hope they put there? If you could be in charge of the development in the back of Thunder Mountain, what would you do?
Nothing is what I would do.
Carrie, why?
Because Magic Kingdom is Magic Kingdom. Like leave it the way that it is. It's a classic. It's Walt's second Magic Kingdom, not the original Magic Kingdom, because that's a Disneyland. It's Walt's second Magic Kingdom because he couldn't make the first one the right way, right? Isn't that what you say? So they
That's what
had to
I
make
always
it
say.
again and make
Yes.
it all better. And it's a classic. It's got the castle. It is what it is. People have been going since 1971 to this most magical place. So why can't we leave that alone and do something else somewhere else? Like there's Animal Kingdom, there's
Really?
Hollywood Studios.
You just
Leave
wouldn't
Epcot
touch it.
alone. No, what they need to do is put a Muppet Land over at Hollywood Studios. That's pretty much the only thing that I want to change in the Walt Disney World Resort. So yes, I don't know. I guess I could dream of some things that it could be there, but I don't know. I like the idea of keeping Magic Kingdom the way that it is.
Really? See, I'm
Yeah,
I'm quite happy for them to change it, because I think that was part of his whole reason for the Central Florida project was
yeah. But he's
the
got like
size.
lots more space. Build another theme park then.
So you just
Like
wouldn't
the gate.
touch Magic Kingdom. I want to see them have
Isn't it
some
busy
place to
enough as
push
it
people.
is?
I know, and that's what I mean. Then you could disperse. So what I'm hoping is the same crowds are in the Magic Kingdom, but now there's more places for them to go, so
No,
that it
they're
feels
all
less
in one
crowded.
land. So that new land that comes is going to be full, and you're not going to be able to ride anything for 5 years in it.
Well, it's so bizarre how ununified some of the wait times are. I was looking at wait times today, and the Jungle Cruise was 80 minutes. Peter Pan was 55. So the Jungle Cruise was more than Peter Pan. Guess how much Pirates was?
15.
5 minutes. How on earth is the Pirates that is right next to the Jungle Cruise? How do we go from 80 minutes to 5? Like, we're not doing a good job of crowd disbursement at all. And that sounds like a problem to me with like the Genie Plus scheduling, things like that. So let's hope they figure it out before they build whatever's coming.
I think we know what it's like when something's new at a Walt Disney World theme park.
True.
Anyways.
I can't. So you would not put anything in it? Because I know you're not thrilled they put Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland.
Right.
Because you feel like that below. You think they should have put that in California Adventure?
I think they should have just done it in Florida and left it out of California completely.
Oh, really?
I kind of agree that I kind of know the ones that agree that, like, why put it in both spots? Or put it in California and not put it in Florida. Like there's so many different IPs out there that they could build. Like, everyone would always say, remember, people would say they would love to have Cars Land at Hollywood Studios. I don't want Cars Land at Hollywood Studios.
Oh, like, I desperately want Cars Land at Hollywood Studios.
So I think I like the idea more so of doing something that's not in the North America theme park, something.
So I would, what I'm going to say. Guess what I'm going to say.
No, Zootopia. Don't try anything. Zootopia.
Come on. Let's put Zootopia in the Magic Kingdom. Done.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think they should put that at like Animal Kingdom.
But then I have to go to Animal Kingdom more.
Well, that's good reason.
Maybe. So I'm okay if they put Zootopia at Animal Kingdom. But I want like a full land. Not, we're just going to throw Judy Hopps out for signing autographs. I want a full land that is comparable to Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Land. Like, I want a full land.
Yeah.
So that's what I want. If I don't get Zootopia there in Magic Kingdom, which I think it could go, I would put it more maybe along the lines of Fantasyland. I don't know that it belongs in the back of Big Thunder.
It doesn't really fit. It doesn't fit.
No, but it's almost like walking out of Galaxy's Edge into Toy Story Land. That's even like a weird transition.
No, but not the transition, just it fitting in. I don't think it fits in Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is like, yeah, it doesn't fit. Like Tomorrowland, like, just think of all the lands and then
I'm
Zootopia.
thinking Fantasyland.
Again, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Adventureland, Zootopia. It doesn't fit. Like, it does not fit, just as Galaxy's Edge doesn't fit either. Like, it doesn't really fit in those types of lands. Like, and I don't know that there is any theme, because everything's going to be from a movie now. Like, I don't know that there is any general themes unless they did. Like, didn't they tease at that Destination D that it could be Villain's Land or Villain's Lair or something like that?
I'd be okay with a Villain's Lair. I like the idea of a land that is not specific to a movie. I do like that idea. But if I couldn't get Zootopia there, do you want to know what I'd really love to see back at the Magic Kingdom? But like a new and improved one.
Toontown.
You know what? Like, there's no point in talking. How do you know? How did you know what I was going to say?
I know. Because you said bring back. The only thing that's left has been that departed is Toontown.
I just love
Toontown. That's the thing. Toontown fits, right?
I love Toontown.
Toontown fits in Magic Kingdom.
It does. I would love to see a full Toontown at Magic Kingdom. I think that would be phenomenal. If I can't have Zootopia,
they should put Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad just like they have at Disneyland, because it's far superior of a backdrop, and then do something different. Bring back the Great Movie Ride is what they need to do. Could you imagine? That would be the best. Let's dream that one out.
Okay, so you're putting this in the universe. Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway moves to Magic Kingdom inside Toontown.
Yeah.
In the Magic Kingdom.
The Great Movie Ride.
And then bring back the Great Movie Ride with new movies, or the OG Great Movie Ride as it was?
I think OG would be good. Maybe they could spice it up a little bit, but
See, you're one of those like great movie ride people.
Well,
I wasn't always a fan of
I
the
really
Great
like
Movie
Mickey
Ride.
and Minnie's Runaway Railroad, but I like it in Disneyland. Like when you see like how it fits at the Capitoon Theater and it's in
Yeah,
Toontown, and the queue is awesome. Like it's way better of an experience there.
right,
So,
right.
but anyways, back to Magic Kingdom. So, Toontown,
Toontown.
but that's not gonna happen. So then what?
Why
They're
do you
not
say
gonna
it's
put
not going to
Toontown.
happen?
I don't think they're gonna put Toontown back there when they're dangling villains in front of us.
Yeah. You think people would be very disappointed if it was Toontown?
I think Toontown would be a great thing to because it's like it's full for families, like all the stuff for little kids. I think if anything is going to break a crowd and divert people is something like Toontown.
Yes.
Because regardless of the of well, Mickey and
Age.
Minnie's house were back there, but regardless of the theming or the IP or whatever, everyone with a little kid is going to end up in Toontown. Like especially if they build it where they can play and like romper room around that place. Like it'll be, and like at Disneyland, it's in the back. Like get people deep into the park to, they're gonna work their way there, and then when they get there, they're staying there for a little while, and that alleviates
Yeah.
the rest of the park.
Yeah, I
But
like that
instead, they're
idea.
gonna put I think what they're going to put there. My guess is that they're I don't think they're gonna put Zootopia there. And I think the Zootopia land's awesome. I think they're gonna put the frozen land that they've done at the
I
Asia
think
parks. I think
enough
they're gonna
Frozen.
put I think that's what they'll do. If they're not gonna do something brand new, I bet you they're gonna frozen land or whatever the heck it's called, Arendelle. They're gonna Arendelle, pick it up, plop it in, plop it into Magic
Think.
Kingdom.
See,
Yep, princesses, Fantasyland.
yeah,
I think that fits in. That fits in, like to
it
do some
fits.
sort of a fantasy theme. Like it has to, yeah. Like it's got princesses. They're classic. Our new classic characters. We have Tiana that's going to be there. We've got the princesses in the castle. It falls a lot. It's more like that's now. That's Frozen is turning into just like the Disney canon of characters, right? Like it's just they're just like any of the classics characters now, right? So
Yeah, but I don't know. But
unfortunately,
then we're
Judy
gonna have,
Hopps and Nick Wilde aren't, right. They don't fit.
but they need
They fit
to.
at Magic King. They fit at Animal Kingdom.
So let's put it this way. I don't care where they put a Zootopia land as long as they build it. Yeah, they can put it
Yeah.
wherever they want. I don't care. Just build it. But I struggle with the Frozen only because we have a Frozen sing along at Hollywood Studios. We have the Frozen ride at Epcot, and then we'd have an Arendelle in Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems very disjointed to me.
I think that the demand for those characters is strong. And you like I always tell people, like especially when you have the people that tell you that they don't need to go to Epcot because they just have little kids.
Yes.
Like Disney does a fantastic job of putting something everywhere for everybody.
Yeah.
I could tell you 5 things to do with 5 wonderful things to do with smaller children at Epcot because they make sure that there's something to do for everybody. And that's what I think about the Frozen. Like big deal if there's the sing along at one and the ride at Epcot. Like they're 15-minute experiences, but you're gonna have an afternoon experience in Arendelle. Like you're gonna get in there. Like, can you imagine? No one would ever leave. Like all these little kids, they'd be, oh my goodness, it'd just be a sea of like little girls in like white wigs.
It would divert
Iridescent gowns.
it
I don't
would
know if it would
divert a lot
divert.
from Fantasyland, I think. I
But
think
I
it could take some of the stress off the clumping in Fantasyland for some of the younger kids.
I think it depends on like the land because I think anything that's new, or it depends on the type of rides. Like anything that's new, there's going to be those first so many years where it's just a zoo regardless.
That's true. They could put a whole Bibbidi Bobbidi back there. They could put another one in there if they had like an Arendelle Bibbidi Bobbidi.
Well, I don't know what those lands are. I haven't really like did a deep dive because like why bother? We're not going to get to see them unless they bring them probably here. But But I think they're just going to do exact replicas, maybe tweak a few things, but they'll just be exact replicas of wherever they are in other parts of the world.
I'd be okay. But so then, yeah, so Zootopia Land could exist. Just pick it up and bring it here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay if they put it in Animal Kingdom. But then there's the whole Indiana Jones things that's supposed to come. Yes. Indiana Jones could fit in the back of Thunder Mountain too. Like I kind of see Indy in terms of the rocks, the whole, but
they're not going to do that
back there.
They don't have a dinosaur ride to rehab. That's
to reuse.
Yeah,
very
they
true.
Don't have that.
Yeah,
Indy that would fit there. I think you could make that fit sort of, but I don't know what else they could unless if they do something new, villains and heroes. But we found out they're doing they're probably not going to do that because they've just told us they're putting it on a cruise ship. So maybe they were like, "Ooh, that's real good. Scratch that from the Magic Kingdom. Let's put that on.
Let's put it on a cruise ship."
So
yeah,
but I don't know. I have a hard time thinking they would do something, different than what's already out there. If they've planned these lands and they're amazing, why wouldn't they just why would they
why wouldn't they just rip one off?
Yeah, why not? I think I could see them putting a Marvel, an Avengers campus there too, but they can't. I don't think they can. I could see that being something
people would want.
People would probably want. Because the ones that love Marvel, their option is to go to California.
Yeah,
and that's not a reality.
Yeah.
I could see that, but other than that, I can't even really think of what.
But see, I'd rather see the Marvel stuff at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, true too. Yep.
I think it would fit there. I would love to see, obviously, them do something with the Muppets. I would love to see that, but I do think that probably would end up at Hollywood Studios. Mm-hmm. Although they did have the Muppets for a brief time at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I think it'd be neat if they could figure out ways to kind of sprinkle them in each of the parks somehow, even just little activities or for the kids or something. But I know they'll never make a land, but
a whole Muppet land.
But yeah, something what they did at Magic Kingdom was awesome. Why can't they just do that all the time?
I know. I don't understand why that went away.
Yeah.
It was so good to have the Muppets represented there. And a nice little afternoon show. It's not crowded. You don't have to go in somewhere, find seats. It kind of broke up the crowd. It kept the crowd together for a little bit. The streetmosphere or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But other than that, I'm trying to think of what else I would like.
So you would do nothing in the Magic Kingdom. If it was up to you, you would leave the Magic Kingdom. But you wouldn't object to Toontown.
I think Toontown would make sense.
We could convince you to accept a Toontown.
Yeah, because it's kind of the way that it was originally. Yeah, Toontown would be okay. Yeah. What would I like? I'd like a land that's all cats. That's not going to happen. What am I want? I want a Muppet land. I want a land that's just like all the cat characters.
All the cat characters from every cartoon.
It's like a cat. It's like a cat village. Yeah, that's it. Just the cats. And the Cheshire Cat is the mayor. That's what I want.
Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
And Thomas O'Malley is I don't know.
Yeah, I think they need more at the Magic Kingdom. I think they need to space out the people. I think they need to give some reprieve to the attractions. I think they need more attractions.
I think they need more attractions. I think there's a jillion attractions there. But what if they did a whole other theme park? That's how you break it up if there's all of a sudden another theme park that's brand new with the really cool things, and maybe people Magic Kingdom's oh, this is so yesterday. It's so 1971. Oh,
let's go to the new park.
Let's go to the new park. No, I don't know.
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing?
I think that would just mean there would be more people just generally everywhere.
I think so. I think so too.
Kingdom. But
well, yeah. If I have my wish, it's either Zootopia or Toontown. I love the idea of the villains, but I just don't know that they belong in the Magic Kingdom.
And I think they have to be so creative to like, they'd have to pick a certain villain to centralize it around or something. Like, I don't know how they would. It's just easier to replicate a land or that exists in a movie.
And I think villains don't belong. The Magic Kingdom to me is a happy place, and villains are not happy people. So I would put the villains land either at Hollywood or at Epcot somewhere. I think Hollywood. I don't think it fits at Epcot. Carrie's like, you should see her face. She's like, don't touch my Epcot. Yeah, I don't think I don't think villains belong in Magic Kingdom unless they're part of some other character's story where they triumph over the villain. That's that.
But like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it'd be dark rides and maybe a roller coaster.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. But that's okay. So those are my wishes. Toontown or Zootopia? And you, nothing, but you'll accept Toontown.
Toontown.
There you go.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, no. That's not going to happen.
I don't think any of them are going to happen.
Well, no, hopefully, if they don't tell us at D23 what's happening,
they have to tell us.
The Honda Center's coming down. They'll be like, sore.
People will lose their marbles.
If they don't tell us enough stuff about the parks on that, I think it's a Saturday. There's not going to be a Honda Center for the Legends on Sunday night. Let me just tell you.
I know.
If it's another expo where they don't tell us much, it's not going to be pretty.
And I think
we should know.
With Epic Universe coming next year, I think they gotta come out with some big news. Like, looky here, look what we're gonna do.
Unless it's like they gotta have it figured out though. Like, I think they dangle these ideas because they don't know, and maybe, like you said, feeling it out. What do you guys think about a villains thing? And they're like, they went crazy. But then when they started talking about how the heck they're gonna be creative and do a whole land that's villains, maybe they're like, oh, but maybe we should move this one over to the next cruise ship. Like, you know, I think when the last couple of years, they've just kind of like said, maybe, and then everyone goes, ooh, ah, and freaks out and screams because they say villains and everybody loves villains. But they haven't said anything at all concrete. So like, are they going to have concrete things by August?
I don't know. I hope so. Because when did they build it?
I don't know. It takes forever to build something.
I know. That's the only thing. It even
takes forever if they already have the plans. Like, if they're just going to move one land from one thing, like copy and paste. It still takes a long time.
Control-C, Control-V. Drop it in.
Yeah, it's still going to take many years. So
yeah.
So,
let's
so that's the thing. They have to be if they're going to confirm that they're doing something, they're pretty far along in the process.
Yeah, they must have all their plans and stuff.
If not, then they'll just be like, they'll do the same thing.
They'll get us all riled up
like
about
they keep
whatever.
Talking about the Disneyland Forward stuff about what they're going to do at Disneyland. Like, I follow a vlogger, podcaster who's always talking about it, and it's just like.
It's still just a pipe dream.
One thing to the next. Like, I think it's moving along, but nothing's been confirmed. But the speculation that he can do, and the guessing, and the dreaming, and he's got his idea of what could happen and whatever is like all across the like the boards, like with all the property and what they can do is just like there's so many possibilities. But what's really gonna happen?
We have no idea what's really gonna happen. And I think, and people make entire careers out of speculating what's going to happen.
And if they got nothing to share, then they'll be like, guess what, everybody? The Main Street Electrical Parade's back to the Magic Kingdom.
That would be amazing.
The Night Parade's coming back to Disneyland. Like, that's what they'll be doing if they got nothing to say. And that'll get everybody, like, going crazy. But then, and then they'll be like, wait a minute.
Wouldn't it be amazing if they could like bring back some old stuff, or even just like make a whole land back there that's for Christmas and it has the Osborne lights, or things that are seasonal. Maybe it's a land of festivals. They love their festivals. Maybe Magic Kingdom's getting its own festival.
Yeah, maybe.
Like a land for all the rip-offs of Food and Wine and the Christmas tree stroll and cookies and trick-or-treating, and there's this whole land that they've developed
all
just
in
for that.
one.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that.
You never know.
Probably, but I got a better. My cat land is gonna. The cat
land
lady
might
land.
it might show up. Well, we're gonna have to just wait and see, Carrie.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the only thing we can hope for is that Tiana opens soon, so that we can all get a look at that.
And then that'll keep everybody happy.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I always felt though Splash was a bit of a long ride. I don't like long rides. I don't like when you go in and it's like 15 minutes to go through the ride.
I always liked about Splash, because I didn't go on, I wouldn't go on it all the time, but whenever I did, I'd be so delightfully surprised with how long it is. I'm like, oh, I forget that you go here and there and up another one, and it's just, you think, oh, is it now? There's no, well, the ride's just begun, and it's just I always was delighted when I remembered how long the ride was. Delighted, because I like a long ride. You wait in line forever. You want to get your
scene. And that's the same. That's why I didn't like the Great Movie Ride either. It was too long. It was too long. I didn't like it.
I like it. Long time to sit.
I remember when Splash Mountain first opened, and we were there. I think it was opening weekend, and we were there, and we waited. And this is what I say to people all the time. They're like, "Oh my gosh, the wait's an hour." Seriously, back in the day, you got in line and you had no idea. It could have been 15 minutes. It could have been 4 hours. You didn't know. Yeah. You didn't care. You just stood in line. You just stood in line and hoped. When Toy Story Midway Mania opened, when they were doing testing, my sister and I waited over 5 hours for that one.
Wow.
Yeah, because we didn't know it was going to be 5 hours. That's the point. When you get in line, you have no concept. I wouldn't wait 5 hours today for something because I would know it was 5 hours. But when you get in line, you have no idea. I remember when I was a kid getting in line for Space Mountain, and when you first walk in the gate of Space Mountain, we'd be stopped right there. That was the line, and you waited in it, and you rode, and then you got off, and you got back in line.
Yeah. Did it all over again.
Exactly. So anyway, that's my soapbox. Okay, so we have our dreams. Yep. I don't think any of them are coming true. I hate to say that. But we can think positive because we're a positive podcast. So, Carrie.
Of course. Yep.
What? Oh, I got the jingle.
We'll do it next time.
Okay, next time we're doing the jingle. I do this all the time. Carrie, we're at the end of the podcast. Do you have something?
We are at the end of the jingleless podcast.
I meant to do it between the Daz conversation and the park conversation.
Are you sure that instead of us confessing, why don't you just wait and when you're editing it, see if you can fit it in?
Maybe I put it in and then they'll hear this part. I know.
They'll be like boneheads.
Because you know what happens? We keep talking and I don't know how to cut it out. So anyway, if you heard the jingle, ta-da!
If not, we'll probably forget it next time. Sorry, Susan.
Carrie, did you have something that brought you joy this week? What was your pixie dust this week?
My pixie dust is that I'm just a few sleeps away from my next puzzle competition.
Oh my God. See, she's going to do this again this year. It's all puzzle competition.
So Glenn and I
we need a jingle for you. Puzzle.
Glenn and I have been furiously practicing our puzzling.
That's amazing.
It's very soon. So then the next
That's amazing.
podcast, maybe not, depending on
because we'll be doing trip reports. So I bet that Carrie's pixie dust for the next 5 episodes.
I think you should do a poll. Would you rather hear our trip report or Carrie's time at the puzzling competition? That'll determine. It's like choose your own adventure.
Yes.
We'll record the podcast and then you can vote. What would you like to hear
one
first?
Would you prefer? Which one do you want to hear first?
Get the puzzle one done and over with. Please.
Oh my gosh. So you and Glenda have been practicing?
Yeah, practicing, puzzling on our own and together, and excited that it's like so soon because they did it. It was in like October, and then it's at the start of May, so like they didn't even make us wait a whole year.
That's pretty awesome. And you're doing
So
singles?
singles, doubles, and quad. We're
Look
doing
at
all of
you.
them this time.
Look at doing them all. If you go
Doing
broke,
them
go
all.
home.
Yep. It's 2 days
Do it
this
all.
time. So it's like a weekend away. It's 2 days full of puzzling. They pretty much doubled all of the
amazing,
spots.
Carrie.
So like it's crazy. Like it sold out not that long ago, but it was pretty much like high percentage, like 70, 80, whatever percent sold out almost from the very beginning. There's that many puzzlers to like double it up. Oh my goodness.
That's incredible.
Crazy. So that's exciting. Very, very, very exciting in my life right now. Because other than that, it's just work.
Yeah. Gotcha. And vacation.
How about you?
Because,
yeah, I know. But other than that, it's just work.
I know. We really just work to pay for the vacation. So
work. And then you go on vacation, which is fun. And then you come back and it's like work.
Work.
So it's puzzling.
Yes. Awesome.
Puzzling and vacation. So what about your pixie dust?
Well, my pixie dust, I can't remember if I talked about this on the podcast or not. Well, probably not because it's not very good news.
Oh dear.
I went to the mailbox a few weeks ago and ta-da, I got a speeding ticket in the mail. Some stupid camera caught me. Get this. You know why? Because it's Toronto. I was speeding to get to work. So I wasn't even coming home. It was the street right before I turned into the parking lot at work. I was going 41 in a 30.
Oh my goodness.
30. I was probably so excited that in my hour-long drive to work, I could manage to go beyond 30 because my entire drive to work is like stop and go traffic. So when I get to that little side street, maybe it's only a block long. I must have been booking it, whatever. 41 in a 30. Now I know where the camera is.
Metal.
I saw it after I got my ticket in the mail. I'm like, where's the camera? And then lo and behold, there's a big sign up on the street that says speed camera that I never noticed. Anyway, so I got my ticket. That's not my pixie dust. I come home. I try to pay the ticket online. It's not there. So then I phone the number. They hang up on me. They say, we have too many calls. Try again later. They hang up. So I'm thinking, I'm going to have to go to the post office or something to pay this ticket. But then I see this little thing that says you have to email them because they're so busy. You have to email them and request that they put your citation online so you can pay it.
How else are you supposed to pay it?
You have to go to like the DMV or whatever. I'm not waiting in a line at the DMV to pay this ticket. So the $65 ticket, then there's $20 service fee on top of it. So it's an $85 ticket. So I emailed them and said, please let me pay you online. And then 3 weeks later, this week, my pixie dust, after all that, my pixie dust is that I went online and my citation is now online. So I could pay it online. So I didn't have to go to the DMV. But they did charge me an additional $4 service fee for paying online. So the $20 service fee did not cover the online service fee, but that's fine. So $90 later, Francine has paid her speeding ticket. And
she's full of pixie dust.
That is my pixie dust. I did not need to go to the DMV to do it. And now every day that I drive down that street, I try not to speed in front of the camera.
Slow down.
Well, apparently, because there's a radio station in my building. So when I posted this on Instagram that I got a speeding ticket and where I got the speeding ticket, a whole bunch of people that work with me messaged me to say, well, did you hear all the guys at the radio station also got speeding tickets on that street? And I'm like, why doesn't nobody tell me about this street is notorious for speeding tickets? And then they're like, well, make sure you stop at the stop sign because there's a cop that always sits on the corner. I'm like, oh my goodness. Thank you for telling me. So that's my pixie dust. I got to pay my speeding ticket online.
Probably. I think that's got to go in the Pixie Dust Hall of Fame.
Come on, it's good news. You know what it's like here trying to go to like the DMV. The sloths that you see in Zootopia, they are replicas of real life. And are,
bad. It's just the lineups.
Oh, the lineups are killers. You know how you go when you have to go there? You know what my trick is? I go 15 minutes before closing. If you go first thing in the morning, those guys got all day. They got 8 hours to kill. They're paid to be there all day. They don't need to move fast. But 4:45, they get out of here when they're done. They're moving like Speedy Gonzales.
Interesting.
That's my trip. My tip.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. Pixie dust for you. Okay.
Yeah, you said the Pixie Dust site keeps giving.
All right. Well, if you made it this far in the podcast, thank you for listening.
We're sorry.
And we're sorry. Well, you know what? The first 5 minutes is on us. The rest is on them. If they chose to listen.
Hoping that you think like they listen, hoping it's gonna get better. It's gonna turn a corner. The story's gonna turn a corner, and it's gonna. Oh boy!
Yes. Well, thank you for listening, and leave us a rating and review. Tell a friend. Share online. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.